Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ioverse. Welcome to Phase 3. Welcome to Deadbeats. I'm going to go ahead and give, we're just going to go on and unmute everyone, and because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about this session 0, so here we go.
Own that
Hello.
word.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Hello.
How y'all doing? Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so fucking... I'm jazzed.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. First campaign. First campaign. First group. Very excited. First online session 0. We just revealed the title that you guys are the Deadbeats. So welcome. Yeah. Welcome, Deadbeats. Welcome. I figured we would first start before we kind of like go in and you guys can talk a little bit about, or as little or as much or as little as you want about the characters that you're playing. I'd like to go ahead and give, you guys are aware of the premise, but the audience is not aware of the premise of the Deadbeats campaign. The Deadbeats is effectively a sort of.
Do we want to
like,
spoil a lot of this, or are we just like?
I'm literally just talking about the premise of the just what it is, like what you guys are.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm literally just saying like what the setting is, what the premise.
Okay.
You ever watch a movie trailer or read the back of a book, Jesse, where you're just like,
yeah,
oh,
trailers spoil the whole fucking thing.
Sometimes they be spoiling too much, though.
I'm not spoiling too much. Oh my god, guys, let me do this. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, that's it. That's the title. That's all you get. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.
We are a rock band.
Yeah, you guys are
skeletons.
You guys are
a rock band.
Skeletons.
Well, but effectively, the setting or the story premise that is for you guys is a one last job, a one last mission. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to my train of thought before I was in there. I was like, wait, I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say. The story follows a soon-to-be retiring detective who has one final case to solve, and that is of a serial killer that has never come to justice by the name of Facade. This retired detective, aka Mr. JesseCox, is before he gets sort of forced or pushed out of retirement, needs to solve the last case, the one case he never got to solve for some personal reasons that we won't get into here today. And because of that, he needs to form a ragtag group of people on both sides of the law, both those of legal, legal cops, some prots, as we call it, the protectors of the street, and maybe some others with shadier connections. But that is our first story arc, our first chapter of the Deadbeats that we're going to be doing. So that is, yeah, it's going to be a fun little detective campaign. So is that it? Is that good? Is that did it reveal too much there? You okay with that, Jesse?
You didn't start with in a world, but like it was all right.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you did a good job, Brett.
I was ready to do in a world, and then I was like, whoa. And then my lawyer came in and put a gag order on me immediately. But yeah, so needless to say, it's gonna be a fun campaign. I got some stuff to show and reveal to you guys as well that not even our players know about. Maybe a little bit of some settings, some little sneak peeks, some new features that you guys might be bumping into at the very first session to get you guys excited.
I'm gonna shid.
And also talk a little bit about the classes that you guys are playing, and doing a couple of some roles, some special roles here that we're gonna go ahead and do and talk about a little later on. But I kind of want to give this opportunity because I know you guys have been really excited about getting back in the D&D space. All of us haven't been playing. Well, not all of us, but most of us have been waiting to play D&D. I've been waiting to play D&D. I haven't played D&D in a long time, and I'm losing my shit. I'm very excited. Yeah, I just figured I'd go down, and if you guys wanted to reveal a little bit of your characters now, or if you'd like to keep it hidden until session 1, I'm gonna leave it entirely up to you. It's all in your hands of what you'd like to do. But Dodger, do you want to talk a little bit about your character a little bit that you'll be playing once the campaign begins next week?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to be playing a good boy beat cop. He's strong and he's sweet. He's a bit naive. Yeah, he's one of those cops that just wants to like do good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my boy. His name's Dash.
Aw, Dash. Everyone's saying
Dash
himbo.
Whiskers.
Everyone's screaming himbo in chat. Himbo cop. Himbo.
Dash
Himbo.
Whiskers. I just love his name so much.
Dash Whiskers. Wait, his last name's Whiskers. Dash Whiskers.
Yeah, Dash Whiskers. I went on Google and I looked up top golden retriever names, and Dash was on there.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Yeah, his name's Dash Whiskers. He's a little dumb, but he's sweet.
Chat's wondering, are you going to be a tabaxi, or would you like to reveal who you're going to be?
Oh, he's a human. I'm doing one of Brett's human. What would be the word for it?
Alabaster humans was the one you were doing, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Whatever one makes me thicker, that one.
Yeah, that's alabaster. Yeah, alabasterian
so thick.
human is gonna be the thick boy. Yeah, everyone was really excited. They're like, tabaxi, dog person? What's going on? You're like, no, just human. Just
No.
wholesome guy named him Dash Whiskers.
Golden retriever energy. Golden retriever spirit.
Good boy energy.
Someone said human variant. The answer to that is it technically is a variant. However, the human variant is actually not allowed to be chosen in this. There will be no human variants. Also, default human is not an option anymore because there's literally 7 different humans in Io that people can choose, along with other Ionian race or sub races of like the elves, the orcs, and all that stuff. But of course, for the rest of the races, you can still choose a default sub race if you'd like. So those options are absolutely available. Cool. Well, thank you, Dodger. Jesse, you want to talk a little bit about your character, or what do you want to talk about?
Sure. Yeah. I can do this without spoils.
Yeah.
So, I am playing a grizzled, older elf detective. But since he's an elf, he kind of looks like he's still just a 50-year-old who's seen some shit.
Yeah.
I imagine visually he's somewhere in, and I'm currently working this art. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
But he's somewhere visually in the range of like David Tennant from Broadchurch or Robert Downey Jr., Sherlock Holmes, or like in that like, you know, a dude who's like, he's an elf, so he's attractive, but also, man, has seen some things.
Yo, when you told me, you were like, I'm thinking like David Tennant whenever he tries to be like a detective badass. I was like, I'm on board. I see it. I immediately see it and know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so I have, because all good detectives had good detective names, I've named him Logan Horn. And
Logan Horn? Ooh,
Very
That's very
Logan.
Oh my god.
Logan Horn. And just a little backstory. It's his last case before retirement. It's a cold case that was never solved. It's incredibly close to him, but he was never allowed to work it. And so now he's circumventing his superiors in order to solve it before he's done.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm so fucking jazzed for this campaign. Like this, I'm just everything, even me as the DM, I'm just like clapping. I'm like, oh, I want to see what happens. The story's gonna be so cool, dude. I can't wait. Yay. Logan Horn. Oh my gosh, what a great name. Joe, would you like to talk a little bit about your character and who you'll be? Oh, wait. Oh, before you do you know what, actually, let me go up. Dodger, do you know what class you're going to be playing?
Yeah, I'm a paladin.
Paladin. Okay. All right. You don't have to go in subclasses yet if you can hold that back. And Jesse, what are you gonna be playing as? What class?
I am an inquisitive rogue.
Inquisitive rogue. We're gonna talk a little bit about a nifty little I suppose toy, a tool, if you will, that you'll actually be starting with, Jesse. That we'll talk a little bit later on during session 0. That
I'm ready.
Pretty excited. I'm pretty hyped about. Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're gonna be doing, what you're gonna be playing?
I'm mostly keeping it a secret for next week. But
it's good. It's good.
I will tell you.
Chad, it's good. It's so good. I'm like, you guys don't know, right? Yeah.
I'm playing an edgy criminal. And I'm playing the kind of criminal that is pretty much in a locked up maximum security prison and joins the party in a certain way. And I can tell you I'm playing a warlock.
Ooh, warlock? Are you keeping your race a secret for now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. I like it. All right.
I almost said a warlock. Yum yum, and realized what weird that would be.
And you stopped yourself.
I stopped myself, but I still felt like I needed to say it.
Yeah. No,
out myself.
I know. I get
Yum.
yum. No, I get that. I absolutely get that.
I just love a warlock, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No. I understand you have a love for warlock, so I wasn't gonna look at it.
They're the best RP class, IMO.
I think they're really cool, and I think they're well. Also, Snake played a warlock in the last IO game, and we had some really good we had some really good RP moments with Snake as well.
That's a good time.
As his warlock, yeah. So yeah, I agree. I think that does have some potential. Okay, Masae, why don't you tell us about your character that you're going to be playing?
I'm playing a cop. She's a bit gung-ho and has a bit of a hero complex. She's gonna be big buff girl, so Dodger and I are gonna be big buffs together.
Yeah. We're gonna be the stacks of meat next to old Jesse.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna look like two giant bodyguards almost. So I'm playing big buff girl.
That's your character's name, Big Buff Gore?
Yes, that is 100% her name. No, her name is Karis. I don't know her last name because I forgot that last names were a thing. I'll have one before next session. And just a little bit about what she's like. She's very like I said, she's very gung ho and very kind of like Dodger's character wants to do the right thing, but she has a preceding reputation of being a bit on the ruthless side. So I'm excited to explore that a little bit too. But I'm just really excited to play Big Buff Girl. Okay, I'm just very pumped about that.
What class are you gonna be?
Oh yeah, I'm playing a monk.
And what race are you gonna be?
Human monk. Yeah.
Okay. Any of the variant humans that you know yet, or have you?
I'm unsure. I haven't made a decision yet, so I'm still building her up a little bit. But yeah.
Okay. So yeah, punch cop. That's exactly what it's gonna be.
Yes.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm laughing about something right now. Okay, Snake, why don't you tell us about the character that you're going to be playing next week?
Yeah, so I'll be playing a human by the name of Eliphet Tinker Price. He is a convict charged with a crime most foul. I'll be playing an artificer.
There we go. Hey, chat's always very excited if anyone's going to play an artificer in the group. So it's I've got a interesting realization I just made that I'm not going to tell anyone until we finish all the groups. But yeah, people really want the artificer. Do you know what kind of human you're going to be yet?
Not quite yet.
Okay, sounds good. So we got that. And how do you spell your name? Elephant?
I'll put it in chat. Give me a second.
I know chat's gonna want to know.
I was also gonna ask that.
I know chat's gonna want to know. Crime most foul, littering. Oh my god.
You can't believe you littered, dude.
Ooh.
He was jaywalking.
He was jaywalking. I'm actually gonna copy
Wow, what a crime.
I'm gonna copy this in chat, so everyone knows exactly how it's there. There it is. Elephant Ellie, or Eli. I'm an idiot. Tinker Price. I love it. I love it. Okay. And Summer, what do you? What are you playing as?
I'm playing a lawful good cleric to myself.
Awesome.
This is a lie.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm playing a criminal as well, and God, I don't know what much to say. I'm playing a necromancer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be big undead summonsy boy.
By necromancer, you mean like a wizard with the
yes,
necromancy?
wizard necromancer. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. I am mostly sane. Kind of, maybe not. His name is he'll probably go by Dr. Hellebore or just Hellebore, like the flower.
Okay.
And I'm going Southern Ishtarian human.
Ooh, Southern Ishtar. What? Man, very excited for all the humans that are in the party, because I'm curious what everyone's background is gonna be.
You made it so exciting with all the sub races.
Stop.
Oh my god, yeah, we're all humans except for Jesse, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not human.
Damn. Oh no!
Oh,
right.
there it is. Up spoilers. See, guys. Got him.
Joe believe.
I feel like you asked me to review your race. If the spoiler was I was a human next week, it'd be really lackluster.
Got him. Yeah, so there you go. That's your one hint, chat. Joe's not a human.
Joe is not a human. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to open the door for the reveal.
I'm kidding. It's just funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, so session 0. Let's get into it. Let's get some session 0 fun reveal stuff. I've got so much to show you. By so much, I mean I think a good chunk. I feel like saying so much almost suggests that I've got like 2 hours, or I've got another like IO Direct to show you that I've been working on, but it's nothing that extravagant. But let me first get, I think almost everyone here has an invite to Foundry. I think Snake might be the only one that doesn't have one, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop him an invite. And we're taking this in. We're taking you guys into Foundry for this one.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. I have to remember.
I'm hesitant.
You're hesitant? That's okay. We'll take it nice and slow. I have to remember. Here's the fun part. I have to remember how to invite people. Smile.
How'd you invite me, by the way?
That's a great question.
When you did the Final Fantasy 14 one shot.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You're asking when I invited you? Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
I'm just trying to look for that link or something.
Chat. I know someone here. I know we got a Foundry. I know it says no backseating, but can you backseat me on how to invite people into Foundry? Because that would be so cool right now.
If we scroll through the general chat long enough, we'll find it.
Yeah,
that's literally what I'm doing.
That's what
I think I found it. Okay. Is this it?
No help. You
found it.
Cogwheel. Invitation. Wait, where's the invite? Oh, you know why? It's because I'm looking at the player view, and of course players can't invite other. There it is. I'm silly. So silly. Here you guys go. I'm gonna post it right there. Go ahead and click that link. That's gonna give you an invitation over to And yeah, log on in. If you haven't created an account yet, go ahead and log on in. Because I got...
Oh, jeez, I'm in.
I'm in. Cool. Very cool. And I'm gonna pop this bad boy out.
Let's go.
Let's go. We aren't doing an actual D&D session today, just so in case anyone thought otherwise. I too am also hyped, but I didn't want... That would have been really unfortunate for me just to be like, and you all are... You guys got your role play game going, right? You ready to go there? All right.
Yep, we're ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I think if I was like, hey, you guys are playing today, I think you all would be down for it. Half, like, semi down for it.
Oh, yeah. We break out our best British accents.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working on mine.
Hello, it's me.
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah. And this is my D&D accent. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, D&D back. Might as well just set the background of the title screen for now. Boop, 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 boop. Okie dokie. Is everybody in? There it is. Excellent. All right, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, everyone's here. Cool. Cool.
I'm a cheese spear bearer.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm ready.
I don't know how you were able to be that, but that's pretty cool. That's
Me
pretty
neither.
awesome.
It gave me the option, so I was like, well, I'm certainly not A-list.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, now that we're at the screen, we're at the layout there. Perfect. Ooh, and now allow me to show you a little something.
Ooh, shit.
Welcome to your beat. The City of Zeros.
Yo! Hell yeah!
This is where you all will be starting, where you all have been working from this entire time. The City of Zeros is located on the Kathos arc. Specifically, it's right outside the capital of Kathos. Over at next to the city of Lwendalin, the capital city of Lwendalin, where the let me turn this down. Where the Kathosian and the Ionian Senate is right there. Feel free to take a look around. You may also notice while you're looking around, you might see a couple of NPCs, a couple NPC tokens you might be bumping into session 1 right over there. And there's a lot of key areas and locations that you guys will be able to do while you're around here. We've got a little, if you go over to the left, you'll see notable sites. And that'll actually show you a couple of notable sites, including the Capitol Spire Central Station, the XDF headquarters, where our cops are going to be working out of. Wait, what did you say? Wait, what did you say? A statue of Sogu, who was one of the wise ones from the yesteryears. Museum of Shard Technology, Sylph Park, the Zeros Archives, Hobbs Diner, where we will actually be starting. Literally, session 1 will be starting inside Hobbs Diner. So there's a little piece of little nugget for you. And then the Zero Star Seaport, which is one of the ports that will actually be able to transport you, or transport you to the other arcs, the other continents of Io. But yeah, this is your stomping grounds. Big. Where's
the prison?
Big shout out to Levodoom. That's a good question. Anyways, so
alarming.
So typically for your standard offenders, the jail is over at the XDF headquarters or one of the XDF stations where people are temporarily housed over there. Some of the more seedier criminals is actually located off-site. That is not that would actually not be placed on any maps, specifically to prevent, breakouts and things.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so you're not gonna see it on a map where it's like, and here's where the angry jail is. Over at this is the first time I'm actually using maps, so I'm very excited to show you all this shit. Over in the northwest, where you see the Valor Bridge and Honor Bridge, that takes you to the capital city of London. That is where the Ionian Senate is located.
Oh, we're literally right next to them.
You are literally right next to London. That is correct. Okay. So this city is extremely vital, extremely prosperous. It is a thriving city with a lot to do, a lot to see, a lot to explore. And this is going to be your playground for the Deadbeats, specifically. Awesome. Not the whole campaign, maybe not, but this is definitely going to be your starting area. And big shout out to Levodoom for working on this map. You'll also see some NPC art that was done by Birdwinar as well as Felt Chicken. So thank you very much for all of the art. Phase 3 is going to be extremely exciting with all the custom stuff we're doing and getting done, but you're free to, like I said, look around the map and see what Zeros has to offer for you guys. Couple of things of note. So, Jesse, we talked a little bit about the kind of fighter you would be, and I'm happy to let all of you know, that the XDF is got definitely some unique advancements and unique weapons that it was wielded by their protectors that typical adventurers are not easily able to get. There will actually be this was really fun, but there will actually be if other campaigns that are not part of a police force or anything like that build weapons with some of these features, they are considered illegal to wield in Zeros because it's specifically meant for the protection force. So there are weapon features that some of you guys will get, or certain weapons that some of you guys will get that you will actually have the legality and the permits to use, while if any other one does it and is caught wielding it, they would be in big trouble. It's kind of like, I don't know if anyone's played Morrowind here, but when you're wearing the Temple Guard's armor and everyone literally points at you and is like, you're not supposed to be wearing that, so they literally go out and they'll hunt you down. So it is criminal to wield certain weapons. So XDF stands for the Zeros Defense Force. It is where the protectors or the prots specifically go in, as well as your chief of protectors and detectives as well will work at the XDF headquarters. A lot of investment opportunities, a lot of things that are going on over there. And you guys are right in front of the statue of Sogu, right over here. So it is a beautiful plaza, a lot of work. There are some vehicles that walk around. Typically, as far as foot traffic goes, it's friendly enough. Lots of shard monorails, both above ground as well as underground, will be able to transport you all around the city in the key locations, including the Zero City capital Spire, where one of the Ionian senators works out of, right outside the city. And that's why you see a little NPC token over there. But yeah, it's got some general cool stuff. Before I continue, you guys got any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to know about that might assist in your character creation, character process? Any thoughts? Concerns?
I'm just scrolling around looking at everything.
Yeah, not for me, but yeah, absolutely shout out for all of the art. This map looks amazing. So do the NPCs. Very cool.
Awesome. You guys enjoying just looking around the map and seeing what it has to offer? Cool.
Absolutely.
I think the northern bridge was made by British people and the southern one by Americans.
Why do you say that?
Because Honor has a U in it, like it's supposed to.
Because of you, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We only take that bridge.
You know what it is? It's because I specifically told Levodoom that the bridge was called the Valor Bridge. And I think he named the other bridge. And I guess Levodoom definitely has some European because it is on her.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it works for me. I like the mixture as well because it's a different it's a different world. So absolutely, you're gonna have words said and spelt in different ways. So I also enjoy it. The shard spires that you'll actually see around the map is what generates power for the city. So lighting, cooling, things like that are all generated from the shard spires that tap into the Deetic Veil. These are the ones that actually manifest the energy from a different veil of existence, where the quote unquote gods, the protectors of Io, are. So that's why you'll see various shard spires all around, because that's what gives power to the city. Think of them as like large power plants.
Gods aren't real. It's a conspiracy theory.
But they're not like it's not like radiation. They're not loud or anything like that. So you can actually have them in specific like crowded areas and things like that. And then 500 years later, we find out, everyone's
I
mutated.
have a question.
Yeah.
The mountainside villas, is that a part of the city or is it like within the walls?
Oh, that's a part of the city. So I don't have the IO map part yet. All right, I don't have the IO map out yet. But yes, the mountainside villas is part of Zeros. It's just more of like it's
This is built alongside a mountain, right?
Yeah. I mean, kind of think of it as like any like sort of like if you're looking at like LA or Glendale or areas like that in our modern day, like in California, they're literally just they're houses that are built up in the mountains and probably have
okay.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
they probably have
How big is
I'm not
the
familiar
city?
with that.
How big is the city? I can actually tell you right now. I need to pull out another map.
Oh, actually, it's got a little
Excuse me,
dimension
how
thing down the
close
bottom right. Bottom left.
Oh, there you go. I thought
they're into the scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about
Population, you could say as well if you want.
Yeah,
Like-
in comparison to all of like Kathos. So, so this is probably, as far as like the Kathos arc is concerned, we're looking at about, taking a little peek here. I'd say about this takes up about eighth, maybe a tenth of the arc of the continent.
Cool.
So it is a very like just sizable city as far as like
Population size? Do you have a guess?
I do not at this point, but that's something that I can give you. It's
Is it like New York?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
do you
it's-
imagine like high rises? Like, is it like massive buildings?
Yeah,
Or-
there would be,
yeah, nice.
there would definitely be some higher buildings. I wouldn't say it's New York crowded.
Is it Chicago?
You know what? I would say kind of like the vibe of like Chicago, maybe even like I said, the vibe of like Glendale over in
Is it like-
in there.
Citizen-wise, are we like New York, like hurry, hurry, hurry? Are we like Boston, like hey, shut up, you?
No.
We're like LA, where it's like, hey man, like I'm high right now. Like, what's the...
Dude, we're Chicago, where you get stabbed on the train. God.
That works.
As far as like crime rate goes and like general demeanor, it is it's overwhelmingly positive. A lot of like infrastructure has been built into place, since this is literally outside of London, of like the capital of Io specifically. It's like almost like the capital of the entire world. So it was really important that certain areas of Kathos emphasized it has a lot of infrastructure invested into it, so people are generally happy here. It is hustle bustle, but it definitely isn't like overcrowded. There, like I said, it is a very walk friendly city.
That description makes me think of like Seattle.
Yeah, you know what? Seattle would probably be a really good comparison.
For like lore purposes.
Yes.
Have you seen all the new DC movie stuff?
Which DC movies?
Like Batman versus Superman, all that stuff.
I kind of a little bit. I haven't. I don't really got
this
into
like
it.
in that world where for some reason Gotham
Metropolis
is like right across the river?
Yeah. I was thinking that earlier. I was thinking
my
that
God.
Metropolis, they're like next to each other.
Oh my God, I didn't think about that. Yeah, except not the crime though. It's not like Gotham where it's like, the criminal rate is just so fucking giant, it's so that you need like vigilantes to take care of this stuff. So I will let you know that if you head more to the southeast, like not of this sound, but like if you leave Zeros and kind of head more southeast, that's kind of where you start to get into the more troublesome areas, and that's because that's where all of the like outside of Zeros, so that's where like all of like the industry is located, junkyards. That's where everything is literally everything's pushed out over there. Yeah, exactly.
So technically the city extends beyond what this map is, but this is like
No. What I'm saying is like this, what you see right now, this is all of Zeros. This is the city of Zeros. This is where you guys are going to be. But as far as like the arc of Kathos, the continent of Kathos that you're on, there's multiple cities. So if you go so if you cross like the Valor Bridge and Honor Bridge, that takes you to the city of Wendolin, which is the seat of power of Kathos, but also the seat of power of Io in general. And then
like Coruscant.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's exactly it.
How does jurisdiction work? If there are all these different cities, if we cross a bridge and end up in a different city, what's as a cop, what's my vibe there?
Typically your jurisdiction is the city of Zeros. So if you're going over to Lwendolin, you need to specifically work with the defense force that's over in Lwendolin. You can't just like go over there, bust someone, and then bring them back. I mean, once that's their jurisdiction at that point in time, especially if you're in Lwendolin. Yeah. So as far as the city of Zeros goes, you've got, legal reign. But if you go anywhere else, unless you have go through the proper channels and been properly allowed to go in there. Absolutely. Someone said PD rivalries. There are PD rivalries. There is absolute rivalries amongst the other defense forces of Kathos. Yes, everyone works together. Yes, everyone's a happy family, but there are numbers that you do have to meet. There are definitely, by numbers you have to meet, I mean, there's definitely like, the credit needs to be kept to the police, to your defense force. If you're going over there and like stopping crime in another city, it makes another city look bad, and it definitely gets people there. So yeah, numbers and quotas was the wrong word. There are no numbers. It really isn't like that numbers and quotas of like, arrest more people, get paid more, etc. It's just keeping crime rate down is the overall metric. And if you guys are doing a good job, your budgeting continues to improve upon itself and build on that. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, you can't, if there's like a criminal that's been causing shit in Zeros, and then they head over to Lwendolin, they head over to different there, you have to talk to the other defense forces and be like, we gotta, and they might be like, well, we're gonna have a guy work with you on that, so that way we can both get the credit. Or they might just be like, oh yeah, we're busy, come on down, you got the full right, you're good to go when it comes to this, and stamped off. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, totally. I just want to make sure, cool. For RP purposes.
Yeah. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that I gave you a thorough answer.
Oh, you did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, go on, Steak.
How do people get around?
Foot traffic is a very common thing. The monorail system, as well as the underground subway system, which has been powered by Shard technology, is probably one of the more primary methods of like moving around the city. So, vehicles in general, while they are applicable and probably, as far as like the common man would have, you could have vehicles that would be faster than your typical horse, like a fantasy medieval horse. The problem with vehicles is that they are expensive. So they are considered more a luxury in this world. So public transportation is definitely the area that you are going to be working with more. If you have a vehicle, if you have like a Shard vehicle, like which kind of like, they function a little bit as cars, but they hover because of Shard technology. So no emissions, no like wear and tear across the streets, things like that. They hover, but they don't fly, is the best way to describe that. If you see those running across the street, that's someone that has money. You know, they've got a good chunk of change, they've got good money, and because of that, they can go ahead and bounce back and forth. Other than that, you still have boats. You still have people that would use that would actually be able to use the river, using boats with shard sails. I actually explained this over in our Discord, but boats, including the airship variety as well as the water variety, are typically made of stitching of shard sails. What shard sails do is they are both an effective material for manipulating wind and wind patterns, but they also function a little bit as a way to harness solar energy and sun energy, either from the core or literally from the hellscape that is in the sky, or from the Jupiter star that's in the sky. With that, you actually can have like small thrusters, small control, and things of that nature to control your boats more effectively, or in the open seas at that point in time. So that is all the methods of transport. But typically your common man will probably be working more. They'll be walking around, or they'll be taking the monorail / like subway systems. You guys in the XDF are literally right across the station from the Zero Central station, and that is the primary, that's the spider web of tunnels that scatter throughout the city. That'll take you to all the other areas that are all around Zeros.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, sorry if I'm giving long-winded answers. I really want to paint the world for you guys, so you guys can,
please do.
Yeah, so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Also, this is, for me as a DM, this is these are like brand new grounds of like breaking away from the typical like fantasy setting and trying to expand out into what is like magic technology and what can we do with this. That's really fucking cool. So I am very excited for phase 3. I'm very excited for this world, and I'm gonna gush and explain a lot whenever I get the opportunity and get the chance to. So any other questions about the map before I move on to specifically armaments that some of you guys will be starting off? Well, all of you eventually will be starting off with.
How much bird poop does Sogu statue have on it?
It has a fair bit of bird poop, but fortunately, there are custodians that take care of the statue. Sogu is considered one of the ancient wise ones, said to be a wise one of knowledge, who is, stories have spoken of Sogu wandering the realm, sharing stories, and within those stories are like little anecdotes of life. Some people say Sogu was definitely long-winded and incredibly old, but had a lot of stories to tell and had a lot of wisdom to share. And because of that, the statue of Sogu was built up here in the city of Zeros to remind everyone of wisdom that we can find within our history.
Cool. I'm gonna poop on that statue.
Like as a person?
Maybe.
You're right in front of the police headquarters. That seems really,
I mean, I'm already a criminal.
It seems really daring. Yeah, they're
I'm already a criminal, dude.
They're gonna walk out and literally look at you pooping and like, there's that criminal.
You're a criminal. You've already done
Okay,
it.
Hellebore again. What you doing, man? How'd you get out of jail this time?
Yep. Okay. Any other questions? All right.
Oh, I'm good.
No.
So, one of the first weapons of technology that I want to introduce to you is actually, and we can actually work with this, Jesse, so that it fits with your vibe. But Jesse, your detective is going to have a lovely piece of armament that is called a shard arm, aka it's a magic gun. The shard arm is a 6-shot weapon. Your model specifically is called an Arcanist's arm. Not only does it use shard cartridges, 6-shot shard cartridges that do. Right now, I'm still working on the balancing of it, but currently it's a ranged weapon that deals 1d8 piercing damage. So something kind of like either like a bow or a crossbow of fantasy times. a lot of confusion when you start to introduce futuristic technology as well as like modern day firearms is the idea or the understanding that when you say a damage number or you say how it hits and things like that, you're like, well, shouldn't that blow a hole through a person, et cetera, et cetera. And specifically armor class and hit points doesn't necessarily represent like what a beating you could take. It generally represents sort of like the wear and tear as you continue on with battles. So once you actually drop to 0 hit points, that might be where like the shot actually hits you, or that's where you actually take the mortal wound that stops you from fighting. So it's good to get that out there with the representation of what hit points and what AC actually is when it comes to combat in like a D&D setting. But yes, so your Artificer arm specifically has a default mode of just, it's a handgun effectively that deals 1d8 piercing damage whenever it hits. But what's cool about the Artificer's arm is if you decide to, you can actually purchase, where do I have it? Arcane Bullets. So they're expensive and they're one-time uses, but effectively it is a touch spell in a bullet, like a ranged touch spell in a bullet. So you've got firebolt bullets, for example, that deal 1d10 fire damage when you shoot it. If you use a firebolt bullet, you also have things like an acidic chromatic orb bullet that deals 3d8 acid damage if it lands on a target. Arcane bullets are pricey. They aren't something that you go into battle with always like holstered in your end and then just shooting with it, and like you can go ahead and do it. They are definitely like one-off things where you're like, this shot needs to freaking count, and you can still miss with that, which will absolutely use the bullet in there. But you also have the default mode of using shard cartridges that you can use an action to recharge the gun without using any more ammunition, or a bonus action just to flip out the cartridge, or as a part of your move action, just sort of like flip out the cartridge at that point in time. Someone said healing bullets. At this time, there aren't any healing bullets. There won't be no one pointing a gun.
Stay still, I'm gonna shoot you good.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you real good, and then it gives like a cure wound. Yeah, typically the arcane bullets are modeled after spells that do ranged attacks. So you're not gonna get a healing word bullet. Oh, okay, this is nice.
You shoot it into the sky and it rains down like shards.
Yeah, well, yeah, go on.
A vicious mockery bullet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yes, you can.
Wait, time out. Why are we giving the criminals guns?
Don't worry about it.
No, this is specifically your gun.
Me gun.
That you have.
Right, no, my gun. Yeah, all right. I'm not giving any of you guns. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna steal your gun.
Yeah. What's gonna be cool in IO Phase 3 is there's gonna be a lot of new weapon features. So like when you have like your typical features like a heavy weapon, finesse weapon, I'm talking about when I'm talking about like weapon features, like the features that are in like short swords and rapiers. So there'll be a lot of like custom features as well that you'll be able to find within your arms and armaments. So for example, some firearms that you get, you may actually have a firearm that has the anti-personnel feature, which literally does crit damage to anyone that has an 11 AC or lower. If you hit, it's considered a critical hit. Or armor piercing features, where if you shoot anyone that has an AC 16 or higher, except for a -2 penalty to their AC. There are also going to be a bunch of new features. For example, you might have a weapon that kind of has like a taser attachment to it. That deals a new condition called Dazed, which kind of functions as the slow spell, or at least half of the slow spell at that point. So -2 penalties to AC and dexterity, can't use reactions, can only choose to use actions, bonus actions. Just kind of giving you guys a lot of freedom of the style of fighting that you'd like to do. being members of the XDF is going to give you a lot of access to technology, to weapons, to arms and armament that you will be able to fulfill whatever cases it is, as long as you are part of the XDF. Like I said, some weapons the XDF offers, or some weapons that have weapon features, are for XDF members, or for members of the XDF only. So if a modern adventurer, if a standard adventurer is using like weapons that have some of these class features, it is considered illegal within the city grounds to do that if you are caught using that stuff. So okay, so yeah, just some stuff I wanted to show you guys and talk to you about. So a lot of cool custom stuff is coming your way for this stuff. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so yeah, with that, that is pretty much all I wanted to tell you and show you. With the excitement that we are starting next Thursday, correct? Session 1?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You guys still good with that? Continuing to push forward for Session 1 there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be talking with you guys more about Session 1, what needs to be done, and all that fun stuff. But you guys will be working on your art. Make sure you guys have your characters created. You can use D&D Beyond. I've made an Ioverse character module. Oh, yeah, actually, no, yeah, we got a couple more things to do. It would have been helpful if I had a checklist. So, the way races work in D&D is that everyone gains a +2 bonus ability score bonus to a race to a ability of your choice. Every race has that. So instead of races actually having, +2 to dex and +1 to whatever, it's just a flat +2. So for those that are wondering, well, what is the +1? Where do we get the +1 from? That is with a Shardstone that you guys will be starting with. Think of Shardstones sort of as talent points in like an MMORPG setting. So this is where everyone's gonna actually start with a Shardstone that's gonna grant you guys a +1 to an ability score of your choice. You can choose to even make the +1 the same ability score that your race gets the +2 in if you decide to go down that route. What's cool about these Shardstones is you might find a Shardstone later, for example, that'll give you +5 to movement. You can only have one Shardstone equipped on your person at one time, so you kind of have to decide what sort of variation you'd like to do, but there's a variety of Shardstones out there that you'll be able to do. And you'll be able to combine certain Shardstones together to make larger Shardstones that'll fill up that one Shardstone slot. So you might have for example, a Shardstone that gives you +5 movement speed, and a Shardstone that gives you where getting up from prone takes even less movement, etc. And then you can if you fulfill a certain recipe block, like a certain number of shards, you can combine them together into one Shardstone that gives you all of those bonuses, and then equip that into your one Shardstone slot. As you guys level up and progress, you'll actually gain access to more Shardstone slots to make yourself grants you the ability to customize yourselves even further. There's gonna be a lot of freedom that you could do with your character as far as mechanics goes. But the bottom line is, when it comes to these campaigns, specifically, since you guys are going to be in a city and doing all those things, we're going to play it the style that you're going to want to do. So there may be some combat, sure, because any dangers present some combat, but there's definitely going to be a lot of role-playing opportunity. The main campaigns and the main games that you guys are going to be diving into and playing is going to be the story that you all want to tell, the story that you want to create. That's what we're doing here. We're telling a story. We're building our characters from experiences and events that are going to continue to pass through us. And for anyone here that is looking for some more heavier gameplay aspects, those opportunities will arise through some optional sessions that will actually, or optional side campaigns where you can actually use your altered versions of your characters so that they don't affect your current version of your characters to do. And we'll talk more about that probably the next month or so, the Altered Dungeon system, which is something we'll go into later on. It's not something that affects you guys now. The one thing I do want to ask you guys, so each of you starts with a Shardstone. There are 6 Shardstones, each one representing an ability score. This is going to give you a +1 to the ability score of your choice. So I'm actually going to go down the list and ask what kind of, if you don't know which one you want yet, we can, you can also just say hold off for now. But I wanted to ask you guys now. Dodger, where do you want your +1 Shardstone to go toward? What ability score were you interested in?
Con, probably.
Constitution? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesse, do you know what you want, where you want your +1 Shardstone to go to?
I'm a detective. It's gotta be either int or dex.
Okay.
Let's do dexterity.
Okay. Also, by the way, what's also another cool thing with the Shardstone system is you guys can trade your Shardstones around if you'd like. So if at some point in time, like Dodger needs more dexterity and Jesse, you need more constitution, you can absolutely swap your Shardstones around so that you can do that. So it's interchangeable. This won't lock you into one. Also, you can go to the market districts and buy these +1 Shardstones with energy credits if you'd like. Again, you can't just like have them all there and then go, you know, now, now you're Summer eating all the dice. You have to choose like one or the other.
Really quickly, I don't have it in front of me. Is
yes,
acrobatics dexterity?
Acrobatics is dexterity.
Then dexterity. I gotta be running and chasing dudes. So
nice, nice. Joe, do you know where you want your Shardstone to go?
Did you say we're doing standard array plus there's something else, right?
Yes, I'm gonna get into that in a moment. But yes, it's gonna be standard array, which is 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. Every race, any race that you choose, the ability score increase has now been replaced with +2 to an ability score of your choice, or +1 to 2 ability scores of your choice.
Okay.
And you can choose a Shardstone that matches
+2
to your +2. That is correct.
Oh, charisma then. Yeah, charisma.
Okay. So if you that is the route that you'd like to go, you absolutely can go that route. All right, so I've got Jesse for dexterity, I've got Joe for charisma, I've got Dodger for constitution. Masay, what are you thinking you want your Shardstone to go to?
I'm unsure. I kind of need to look more at Monk and how it behaves mechanically, so I'm gonna hold off on mine.
Okay, sounds good. Snake?
Tentative Mind Stone.
Mind Stone? Okay, cool. So you're going, that's int, correct? The intelligence? Perfect. And Summer.
Int, but it might change after the other thing we gotta do.
Okay, and like I said, what's cool is you can find other of these Shardstone ability score increases, or even purchase them. These are actually pretty common enough so that you can find them at any standard marketplace that sells adventuring goods. You just have to pay the money, and the money. So, and like I said, what's really cool is certain Shardstones combine with each other. So finding all these neat combinations will be fun. So, since everyone is currently in the D&D screen, I'm still trying to figure out how to, hold on. Hold on one sec. I'm trying to get it. Okay, there we go. I'm still trying to figure out, I'm trying to figure out how to get the Foundry display so that the chat can see it, and I still don't have it set right. Yes, very good. Everyone type A. Yay, the test is complete. Excellent. Very good, very good. Well, poopy. Give me a second. Nice. No.
Someone beat that.
Chat, no. Okay, hold on one second.
You shouldn't have said everyone type A.
Everyone type A.
I'm a 99 bitch.
Oh, shit.
Ah, what?
Wait, not
Hell yeah.
I forgot I have advantage.
You don't have advantage, you shit.
Yeah, I do.
Shut the fuck up.
I do.
My character has advantage. My character has advantage.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Oh
Oh shit! Wait,
No. He's rolled 100. He's rolled 100.
Everyone
I
freak
make my own rules.
Everyone freak the fuck out.
I'm a true criminal here.
All right, so for those that may or may not remember, the world of Io, for the longest time, has been attuned to the two deictic forces of Div and Void. Now, obviously, Div and Void's influences have been more and more released from Io, especially with the creation of new gods. However, that does not stop the fact that there are still, even if there are a rare few, Radiant and Void touched out in the world. So, what we're going to do right now is roll to see if any of you guys have the affinity of Radiant or Void touched. The benefit to this, there's a couple of cosmetic benefits that we can go into per character if you guys would like to do this. But you have the option to choose a different stat array when you are making your character sheet. Specifically, the default stat array is 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8. If you are of Radiant or Void touched, and by the way, if you get the roll and you don't want it as part of your character, this is not something that has to be forced upon you. You can still be like, yeah, no thanks. But also that doesn't mean you can like give it to someone else either. You have to choose that if you want that for your character or not. If you are of Radiant or Void touched, you can also choose the new stat array, which is now 16, 14, 13, 11, 10, and 8. So you actually start with a 16 right off the bat, if that is what you want to do. And then you choose if you want Radiant, Void touched. And if you don't want any of them, that's fine. This is not anything that will be forced upon you. So to do that, I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to ask you to roll a d20. If you roll a 20, you have the option to become a Radiant or Void touched character. So, Dodger, would you like to do a d20 roll, please?
Let's go.
All right. Nope, not for you. Jesse, would you like to do a d20 roll, please?
Yarp.
All right. So far away from Radiant and Void. Joe, would you like to do a d20 roll, please?
Yes.
Okay. Masay, d20 roll, please.
Okie doke.
Ooh.
Not us, dude.
Bad news.
Not us.
Masay's character had 5 years of their life shaved off because of that.
No, what the fuck?
Excellent.
No, kidding. Snake, would you like to give me a roll, please? Ooh. And Summer. Just like the majority of people in the world of Io, all of you will remain
average
in the balance. That is correct.
Nice.
So yeah.
I'm God. I get advantage.
No.
Like Joe. Like Joe did on his fucking D100.
Summer, roll again. Let me just see what you get.
Okay, fine. I'll roll again. It doesn't count though.
It doesn't count though. Oh man, that. Whoo.
Also.
Yeah. Yes. Did you say also, or was that?
I said close though.
Oh, close though.
I thought you said also.
No, guys.
I thought you said also, like you had another thing to add. So yeah, everyone here remains in the balance, and that is quite all right.
I'm falling off that balance, though.
Yeah, no,
I'm on the edge.
No, you'll just have to forge your destiny some other way through the stories that you tell. All right. Well, with the roles in place, I will give you guys a D&D. So you guys can make your character sheet however you want. You'll be making level 1 characters. So if you need any assistance in making that, just let me know. Level 1 characters are pretty simple to make. You can make it through D&D Beyond. You can make them with just a standard character sheet if you'd like. Actually, I prefer D&D Beyond. I don't know why I'm saying, like, do whatever you want. Because I will be able to import your character sheet into Foundry through D&D Beyond. So when you make your character through D&D Beyond, just let me know what race you're going to be. And when make sure your homebrew option is selected. And there should be a homebrew race. If you can't see it, let me know. It's like Ioverse race or something like that. If you are choosing a non-Ioverse race, so if you're just going like standard D&D High Elf, for example, or any of the base D&D races, or a different race that Wizards of the Coast has released, you're free to just use that at that point as well, and you don't have to put in an Ioverse thing. Once your characters are created, I'm just going to import them all into Foundry. I'll make sure that each of you have control of your own characters, and we'll go from there. I'll be dishing out some starting equipment potentially over the next couple of sessions, and yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Do you have any other questions? Anything you'd like to let me know?
We're starting level 1, yes?
Level 1.
Gotcha.
Starting at level 1. Oh, do not choose a background yet. So you will be choosing no background at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that does mean you do start at a slight disadvantage compared to someone who does have a background. But I still need to figure out what I want to do with the background specifically.
My proficiency's Pepins.
You're level 1. You'll be fine. I will let you know that there are advantages in combat for choosing a knowledge skill. And the game will hopefully, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, obviously, it depends on the things that you guys would like to do. Right off the bat, I would like to say that the games will not be so heavily combat focused like it was in Phase 2. There will be combat encounters, but they will feel like genuine like big story points. So combat will be threatening, combat will be dangerous, but there will still be a little bit of IO touch. I will let you know that knowledge skills like Arcana, nature, medicine, things like that do have benefits in combat, specifically when it comes to identifying traits of creatures. Those are skills that you'll have to do and figure out. For example, when we did the Wood Gnome altered misdemeanor fight, that's kind of an example of what these the D&D combat may be. So when you are building your characters, make sure you're building them in the way that you would want to build your character. Don't build them to just because you're like, oh, Brett does combat, is essentially all I'm trying to let you know. Okay.
Do we need to join a campaign on D&D Beyond, or?
Nope. In the Deadbeats chat, I literally linked a campaign for an IO Phase 3 group.
Nice.
And you guys can create your character there. And like I said, I'm gonna port your character over to Foundry at that point in time, and we're gonna go there.
You might have said this when you were talking about backgrounds as well, but we're not normal humans. But do we say we're normal humans?
So when you're selecting a race, if it is an Ioverse race, just select, I think it's like an Ioverse race, I think it literally just says Ioverse race or Ioverse template. Basically, it's a blank race that doesn't have any bonuses to it, and I'll manually add those in when I port your character over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just don't see it on here, but we can figure it out later.
Yeah. Well, let me actually check in right now just to make sure. Make sure homebrew is also selected.
Yeah, I ticked that. Hold on, let me just refresh it.
All good, and that it might also just be something I don't have. Advancement type's gonna be milestone. Hit points.
There it is. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, cool. And also make sure your hit points are manual, because you guys will be gaining max hit points every level. So make sure you have your hit points set to manual right off the bat. As far as optional feature, wait, where is it? There should also be a check mark somewhere that says cross-classing, ignore, prerequisite ability scores. If you do decide to cross-class later on, you do not have to follow ability score prerequisites. You know what you're doing, and hopefully you won't shoot yourself in the foot. Okay, so I think that's it. Also at level 3, you guys are going to be able to choose a class proficiency or a crafting proficiency. So something to think about now. If you'd like to be the one that makes weapons, if you want to be the one that makes potions, magical items, scribes, etc., etc. And
not it.
and
My boy's too dumb.
and yeah, and I'll also have like other just like I'm also gonna make some other like fun little class proficiencies or crafting proficiencies as well, specifically if you have something else that you want to do. There's also an engineer proficiency as well. That they're the ones that build vehicles and little like knickknacks and minions and mounts and et cetera, so that you can actually do as a engineer. So something to follow up on. You won't have to worry about that honestly for at least 4 sessions. Leveling's gonna be a pretty we're gonna start a little quickly, get you to level 3, and then it's gonna be a slow burn after that. Eventually we're gonna get to a point where you'll be getting the level every month, like every 4 sessions, to getting the level every month and a half to 2 months. Like it's gonna definitely be a slow thing, but you guys should reach level 3 hopefully in like 4 to 5 sessions. That's the ongoing plan. As always, anything can change as we continue to play and flush out. If something's not working, we toss it out, we update it, we make it work. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, that is session 0. I'll see you guys for session 1 next week at 4 p.m. EST.
I'm stoked.
Me too.
I'll see you thing.
Vibrating.
Me too. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys throughout the week, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, my gosh. How was that? Was that fun? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys stoked and excited for this? What do you all think of the Deadbeats? Needless to say, I'm very excited for this camp. I'm excited for all the campaigns. It's gonna be new. It's gonna be brand new. It's gonna be a new feeling. I'm still working on layouts and stuff like that. I definitely want to spice it up for session 1s. But yeah, big shout out to everyone that was here. So I have an announcement post in our announcements area that you'll be able to, if you go over to our Discord, you will be able to see an announcements area where we're going to have all the schedules posted. Deadbeats is going to be every Thursday at 4 p.m. EST. It's going to be for 3 hours. It's always going to be for 3 hours. We're typically not going to go over, and that's because I have another campaign at 8 p.m. EST that day. The plan this time, chat, is for Phase 3 campaigns starting in March. I am going to do... we're going to do like typical D&D scheduling, and then typically the full final week of a month, I will not be doing D&D to give myself and the players a break, but also to give the viewers an opportunity to catch up on campaigns, so you don't have to feel like you guys are falling behind. Are the session 0 is going to be uploaded to the YouTube archive? It will. You'll see the Deadbeats upload on Saturday. Today's Thursday, right? It'll be on Saturday at 12 p.m. EST. You'll see this session 0 video, which I'm very excited for. Are optional games going to be streamed? Yep, that's they are optional in the sense that I'm not making players play them. The optional streams are typically just like little fun gameplay events. For example, the altered dungeon system, which will go into end of March, April, etc., are effectively MMORPG raid style content in D&D that player characters will have the ability to do and participate in. We can cross pollinate groups, and since they are altered versions of their characters, they don't interfere with storylines. They don't. There's no. And if they die, they die. It's totally fine. So, lots of cool stuff happening here. The first 3 groups are long-term campaigns, which means we don't have any. They go until they go. is the idea with that. So we don't actually have a limited amount of sessions. The idea is that they're long term, so hopefully they'll last a couple of years. I'm hoping, we'll see what happens. So but needless to say, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for that? Couple years Monka S. Why are you Monka S-ing about that, dudes? So excited? Very excited? Good. I'm glad you guys are very excited, because I am also very excited. So yeah. Yeah. Are we doing a season-based setup like phase 2? Nope. We're just gonna be playing some D&D in a brand new world. Needless to say, very excited about the world. There it is. Excited to see more of that shard system. Me too. Hey, Frostflame, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. 100 subs. Wow. Let's go ahead and do the spiel we normally do, guys. I have a Patreon if you'd like to go ahead and support what I do. The Patreon has a lot of great things, like game mechanic stuff, musics that are being developed specifically for the Ioverse, as well as art assets. We're also including MP3s of all the sessions. So session 0 MP3 is going to be up tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. So go over there and support there. So support the Patreon there. So I'm a new viewer. Any catch up? Nope, you got nothing to catch up on. We got an entire phase 2 of history for the Ioverse that you could watch over here at the at our YouTube channel. But honestly, you're coming in at the ground floor, guys. So I mean, this is the best time. The best time to get into IO is right now. Watch it as it all folds out. You don't want to miss it. You won't regret it, my friends. You absolutely won't regret it. Speaking of, we have a YouTube channel over here. So head on over to the YouTube, youtube.com/worldofio. That's where all of our D&D sessions are going to be. Typically after 2 days, sometimes up to a week, depending on my workload and how things are going. But you'll actually, subscribe over there. Our goal, honestly, our next goal is 50,000 subs. We broke the 20,000 sub mark. We're moving ahead and pushing forward to 50K. So hit that subscription and follow up with all the D&Ds, because it's going to be really freaking awesome, chat. Very fucking awesome. So I'm super excited for it. Join our Discord if you'd like to be a part of our community. We've got so much going on in the World of IO Discord. We've got spoiler chats without spoiler tags. We've got D&D looking for groups. If you're an artist and you'd like to post some fan art of stuff that's going on, head on over to the fan art section. We usually do some fan art time at the end of every session. So if you are an artist, like to participate. If you're looking for work, we got a lot of positions that are currently open within the Ioverse and are now hiring sections. So if you are an artist, head on over there, check it out. There's fan art of session 0. We're gonna go and wait till session 1 before we do all of the artists, all of the art, guys. We'll be doing that. So we'll have a big long art session next week. So, but yeah, thank you. Next session 0 is going to be Tuesday, I believe. Let me check my calendar. This Tuesday, February 15th at 8 p.m. EST. We will have Group 2, which consists of Lawman, Tomato, Elena Lazar, Shanehawk, and Juniper. Day after Valentine's Day, get your sweetheart something sweet. Blinky blink blink. And yeah, so that'll be on Tuesday. March 15th will be our session 0. So that's the next one to head into. And then we still got a session 0 for Group 3, which will be that following Tuesday, funny enough. So it'll be, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. So, welcome to Deadbeats. Welcome to the Ioverse. Lots to look forward to, lots to be excited about. I am so jazzed. I am so pumped. Let me take this opportunity to thank everyone that subscribed today. The sub love has been real today, chat. So thank you so much for thank you so much for subscribing. And for everyone that's been here, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. So, Trowdan, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Mighty Golem, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 17 months. Frostflame with 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Frostflame. Conair on DVD, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 15 months. Wireweb, thank you for the prime sub. Arnar Jorns, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 14 months. TK Cross 21, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 19 months. Hazel Loves Taco, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 14 months. Simber Stormborn, thank you for the prime sub. Kuro McWolf, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 7 months. Ara Harako, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 33 months. I got some big sub numbers here, guys. Thank you again. Jox Terral, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. 2B Lewis, thank you for the prime sub. Nightwind21, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 11 months. Ryan0729, thank you for the prime sub. Nye the Buster, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. The Sword of Shadows, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 11 months. Mountain Dreams, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 52 months. Those are big numbers, Mountain. Thank you again for all your support over the years. Starter TC, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Rekia, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Flippy Floppies 22, thank you for the tier 1 sub and welcome to the Rag Pack. Glad to have you here. The Dragon, God of the Old War, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Bartimus, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 7 months. Enter the Morgue, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 14 months. Evil Kevmine, Kevmine, I'm so sorry I butchered your name. Prime sub for 6 months. Thank you again. Zevin Gray, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Fish21, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Remastered TP, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Big Stainy, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 14 months. Frostflame, again, with another 10 gifted subs. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you again. Umaral, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 15 months. Chronobird95, thank you for the tier 1 sub, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Grand Sloth. Birchvade, thank you for the prime sub for 3 months. Venmona with the 10 gifted subs. Wowie wow. Thank you again for that. Karobi, thank you for the prime sub for 2 months. Joefudge with the tier 1 sub for a whole year. Joe, thank you for your support, man. I'm looking forward to DMing you this time. I mean, I'm looking forward to DMing you all the time, but I'm very excited for this campaign. Buggy Nate, thank you for the prime sub for 2 months. Disaster Nick, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Spiral Phoenixes, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 10 months. Pog Boyfriend, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Del Tante, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Purple Slim, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Crazy Garlic Man, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 11 months. Cake Night Owl, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 5 months. Ace Lael, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Eric Poiner, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 11 months. Sci-Fry with a tier 1 sub for 14 months. Jesus Christ. Sai, my dude, it's been that long already. Holy shit. Well, thank you, man, for the tier 1 sub for 14 months. Yum Yum Yas, thank you for the prime sub for 4 months. Daniel Lux71, thank you for the prime sub for 6 months. Hug Wolf, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 10 months. The Dr. Jordan, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 7 months. Killa B33, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Asmo Live, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Sora1AA, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 5 months. 94 Ben18, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 4 months. Fallen Angel XY, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Joe coming in with that raid. Thanks for the raid, man. DSLS Maru, thank you for the prime sub. Duneless 860, thank you for the prime sub as well. And then for our last minute gifters and subscribers, Abandon the Universe, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 8 months. And Kudos 009, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. All right, chat. That's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I gotta take you somewhere. I gotta take you somewhere. Spread the word of Io. Where should I take you today? You know what? I'm going to take you over to Bree, who's playing Dark Souls 3. So go ahead and give Bree some love. Drop that Brettu love over in Bree's direction. And yeah, I believe it is her first time playing Dark Souls 3, more than likely. I think she's been playing with Benji. So yeah, go on over, hang out, be good, behave yourself. You're representing yourself amongst the Rack Pack and IO itself. So be wholesome, be loving, be caring, and be good to each other. So thank you again, and I'll see you all. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't know what we're doing Friday. Tomorrow, tomorrow's probably gonna be a chill stream of some variety. So yeah, head on over. Thanks again. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.